Hey, what's up, Raz? How's it going? Hey, Brenton. That's not a bad way to spend the week. Older movies are better anyway. Hey, what's up, Customizer? Yeah, nice quiet holiday. Hopefully yours was good. Hopefully everybody else had a good holiday. I got to take 2 days out to work on my own projects, so that was good. With Sculpt, Raz, or you're not allowed to say? Yeah, it's kind of a quiet Christmas this year. Seems like everyone I know didn't want to spend much money, so everyone kind of just stayed back and didn't really do much. That's cool, Raz. Seems like you got a lot on your plate. That should help from falling over. That's good, Raz. It's always nice to have a nice steady client, you know, pumping out some stuff for you. Alright, let me get my picture on the screen. Alright, so her outfit's got gray in there, so I gotta come up with something. Kind of a, it's got a gray, but a little bit of a, tiny blue. Gotta see what I can mix in here. I think I'm going to, it's got sort of a bluish gun metallic. I'm gonna put a drop in here. See how this mixes up. Yeah, I was saying the same thing on Christmas Day. I remember last Christmas Eve, it was like, damn, it was like 0 below almost. It was crazy last year, but this year it was like kind of a rainy, warm day. Hey, how's it going, Wells? Oh, that bottle seems to be dried up. Oh. Okay, it's not pure chrome. It's got a little bit of a blackish blue tint to it. So that should be a good start. No, it's not metallic black. It's still very much silver, but just I didn't want pure silver out of the bottle, so I'm trying to give it a little bit more of a bluish sort of tint. Just need a better setup here. That's better. For mud, depends on what kind of mud you're going for. Are you going for like realistic mud or like the animated mud? Hey, what's up, Hanger? Looking at my colors for mud, I mean, depends on if you want a red in the mud or if you want to keep it more of that brownish color. I guess you just got to mix up your colors. You can, let's see, looking, I mean, you could go to, like, Model Air, and if you have, like, a place you can go see their colors, they got all types of, browns, and you could pick up, like, a couple of browns, but, oh, excuse me, sorry, I had pizza for lunch. Golden, burnt sienna, raw sienna, mixing up these colors together. Burnt sienna's got a little bit of a more of a, like an orangey tint, and raw sienna has a little bit more of a yellowish tint. So it's just a matter of like, mixing up some colors. Honestly, the best way to do it is get yourself a bunch of browns. If you're lazy and you want to just find like browns, go to a hobby store and look at all the Model Air browns. They have tons of them. But if you're going to mix up your own browns, just get some empty containers and just mix up a couple of colors. If you want more of a reddish tint, then the golden burnt sienna has this more of a reddish orangey color. And this could be like your base color, and you can work off of this. Like, instead of adding white to it, what you would want to do is you would want to add like a skin tone to it. So if you have like a skin tone color, you can lighten this up with skin tone, because if you put white in this, it'll like turn like a little bit orangey. Use like a skin tone to lighten the color up. And if you want to darken it, then you probably want to get like a little bit of a, maybe like your darker color, which would be a burnt umber. Don't mix any black into mud. It'll really turn to muddy. You don't want to go that route. But I think if you do oranges in there and maybe purples, that'll help darken it up. But stay away from blacks, and don't mix. Trying to think of what other colors. Yeah, probably purples will help you darken it up. Um, it's kind of hard to say, like, washes, because I gotta see the sculpt. You know, I always base everything off the sculpt. If your sculpt has a lot of, like little details where washes could seep into it, and then, yeah, I would say go with washes. But if you have, like, a smooth sculpt like this, I find it's very hard to do washes, because, like, where is it gonna, like, kind of seep into? So I guess if your sculpt has a lot of details and little crevices of mud, then go for it. You couldn't find any Rust-Oleum? Yeah, any Duplicolor? I've learned that the auto parts stores are not carrying this filler primer anymore. What they're doing is they have those smaller cans that look like this now. They look like this size, and it says filler primer in this can, so basically you're getting less primer. But if you go on to Amazon, you could buy this in a 6-pack, and I honestly would suggest just buying it through Amazon, because it'll be cheaper in the long run. And they sell it by the case, which is 6 cans. So, but yeah, some of the auto parts stores by me now sell the filler primer in this can, and honestly, I think it's the same stuff. It's just that it's a smaller can. But yeah, you can order these 11-ounce ones on Amazon. Just order these in a case off Amazon. Yeah, it's fine, man. I don't mind helping out and everything. Like I said, it's just it's always hard to say what the sculpt, because I base everything off the sculpt. You know, like there's some sculpts out there that have whatchamacallit. You know, it could be like a Captain America, but the face could have all that textured in the face, and people love to do washes in the face, but then sometimes you'll have a Captain America where the face is smooth like a comic book, and it's kind of hard to do, like, you know, stuff like that on it. Alright, I'm going to use this gray, and I'm going to darken up some areas, but we're going to really speckle this. Hopefully I got enough in here. It's not dark enough. Nah, she's definitely got more darker. I gotta use the other airbrush. This is not gonna work. The regular version? No. Only because it's very, very thin. I mean, if you want a thinner primer, the regular primer works great. I don't get it because a lot of the stuff I do with customizing, I need to fill in a lot of stuff, so I like the filler. Sorry. So I'm going to just use a darker color out of the boat. Hey, what's up, Vigilante? I use the gray. Why is this? I use the gray for when I customize. That means when I like have to sculpt and I have to do the red A's on top of the gray primer. But I use the red oxide for just building kits. So I use both colors. It just depends on what project I'm working on. Is the airbrush clogged on me, or is it the paint? The paint. Damn it. Looks like that bottle's kind of screwed up. Alright, this bottle here seems to be screwed up, so I can't use that bottle. So let's just grab a bottle of black, some white, mix up a color, and be done with it. Actually, let's try... See how the shading gray kind of works. I'll do some heavy shading and then we're gonna spec all over it anyway. Alright, so going to add a little bit of a purplish blue. I have purple. I'm gonna try to mix a little of these three colors. See if I can get a grayish blue purple shade on it too. I haven't really used these golden transparencies, so let's see if they work. Well, right now I'm just forcing shading. We're gonna speckle onto her outfit. I'm just right now just trying to force some shade colors in areas. Because if you look at her outfit, the picture I'm looking at, it's not like pure silver. It's kind of a grayish silver. But it's got a speckle look to it. So I'm just kind of doing layering at the moment. So right now I'm just trying to mix up a sort of a shaded gray purple. I don't know how well this is gonna look, but yeah, it's not bad. Hey, what's up, Scott? Alright, so I think Payne's Gray is the color to use, and I think I have a little bit left in my bottle. If I can find it. I don't think I have it. I gotta... No, I want to try going to try and mix up some of the Freak Flex with some water. So let's try Freak Flex. It's going to get toned down, but right now we're just trying to get some shading in there. So let's hit some of the black with some of the purple. See how this looks. Yeah, that might be the way to go once I get the speckles going. It's like adding a transparency of a blackish purple on her, which is working kind of well. I think it needs more of a purplish tint. All right, so this is my Badger 360. This is my old Badger, and it speckles pretty well if you spray far away. So if we put our original, so like if we grab this color here, which actually this isn't really close to it. She's got more of a purplish tint. I'm gonna go on to the original color I mixed up. And what we'll do is I'll show you you just kind of spray far away. And it starts speckling it like crazy. Though it's kind of messy. Good thing I changed all the filters too, because this will be like all over my face right now. Now the only downside with doing this, like say if you spray it far away and you rub it with your finger, it's kind of dusty, but we can kind of seal that as we go. So right now, it needs to have a little bit of a, I got a purple gray tinted up. I think what we need to do is mix up another color. Oh yeah, fumes are definitely kind of kicking in a bit. Not that bad though. Like I said, I did the filter, so it's just that this piece is coming up. So we gotta get close to this color as possible. So it's a gray blue, so we need to get a gray blue. Purplish gray blue. So this is Mecha Colors, dark steel, and this will be a good starting point. So I'm going to put some dark steel in here. Let's see, let's grab some. Couple drops of this pearlized Createx. That bottle's almost dried up. I got some Wicked Colors blue. Got an open one. And I think I got a little purple here. Got a golden purple. Got some pearl white. And then we're going to put a couple drops of regular white in. Kind of spitballing it here. So we're kind of getting a grayish silver, but it needs a little bit more purple in here. So we're going to put a couple more drops of white. He's a little bit more purple. Slowly coming out. It's kind of hard probably to see in the camera for you guys, but slowly getting there. It's also good to mix up a lot, just in case. Making a mess though. Alright, let's try some of this from spraying the far away again. Yeah, it's a lot closer to her color now. Now the problem is doing it this way, it's kind of a pain in the ass to get in certain areas. So, alright, good. We got a nice, good base now. Alright, bear with me. I'm looking for my bottle Payne's Gray. I had one bottle left. And I thought... I hope I didn't... Where the hell did I put it? I think that's the one color that's going to make this work. Hey, what's up, Iceman? I got the bluish metallic on her, but in the picture she still has a little bit of a purplish tint. But I want to, if I could find my bottle of Payne's Gray, which might have fell, or I might have put it somewhere else, which I'm not finding, so I think I'm going to have to mix up another color. We're going to have to go with this other stuff here. Damn it. I tell you, man, that kind of sucks. That Payne's Gray was like the last color from Jessie I really, really loved. I mean, Payne's Gray basically is just a transparency black with a transparency blue mixed together. I mean, that's really all it is. Just sort of like using some of the Freak Flex purple just in water, just kind of giving it a light coat. Mix some shady gray and some transparency purple from golden together. It's really hard to match this one color on the screen. But it's slowly getting there. Alright, so I think we got a lot of dark shading in there, so we're going to go back to the original and speckle it again. But I'm not going to do it a far speckle. We're going to go in see how I could do it with this airbrush first. Trying to let the certain textures and areas sort of pick up the color without trying to just overspray it. That's where we want it. I'll bring it over to the other camera so you can see a little bit better. Hey Raccoon, hey Jacob. so let's see. So in the camera, it might look like it's really bright silver, but it's actually a really darker gray. So looking at some of her other pictures, you're right. Like certain lighting will change the color, but I think that's I think in person I need to lighten it up just a little bit more. I think maybe some it's a little too grayish in person, but I'm sure in the camera it's probably looking perfect, but it needs to. It's a little too dark in person. Because pearls and metallics in my camera really pull it out a lot, but it's too gray over here. So we gotta lighten this up a little bit more. Yeah, I know it's probably like, it's gonna look like it's really bright in person. I mean in camera, but it's really not. But here it looks bright, it looks good, but over there in the darker light it doesn't. So we need to just lighten up, do some highlights. So I'm going to go with just a fresh bottle of chrome silver on some areas. I think that should actually pull it together nicely. And it's not a fresh bottle, but it's not a... Alright, I have one last little bottle of Tester's Dull Coat left. So let's see if this sort of kind of melts it together a little bit. No, sadly he didn't back out of it. I sent him a work in progress and he actually loved where I'm at with it, so... Yeah, now it's looking pretty good now. So we're going to do a satin matte varnish on it, because we don't want it to be satin, but we don't want it to be matte. And we don't want it to be, like, popping out at you either, you know, like super glowing. But I really need to seal it though. Pull it over to the other camera. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. It pulls up some highlights, but we got some shades in areas. Because if you look at some of her camera work and some of her pictures, she has a lot of highlights, but it is darker in some areas. So I think that's as close as I'm gonna get it. The only downside, there's one little mess up, it's hard to get rid of it. Like if you were to scratch this, it would be a nightmare to kind of try to match up the paint texture. I'm actually shocked you like this character, or this one. But if you follow the Facebook groups, I'm sure somebody's gonna make one of her pretty soon now. Or do like a half nude version or something. Alright, in my cup here, I'm gonna do a half satin, half matte. And I gotta put my mask on because I probably will overspray a little bit. I just gotta give a nice good coat on this. Oh, really? Mask on. My damn airbrush, that bigger one I got, seems to be clogged. I gotta figure out how to clean that one out. Had to open up the window too. Keep the fan on a bit. Yeah, that looks a lot better. It's a little bit flatter now in person, so it's not as whatchamacallit, like super silvery glowing, but it's got a nice bluish tint to her now. And I did a heavy varnish on it because speckling it, and if you leave it speckled, it's kind of like not really bonded, but by doing a heavy varnish on there, it'll kind of lock it all together. But I think that color looks pretty good. It'll pull in some highlights and it'll keep it darker in some areas. I'm just gonna have to clean up the neck a little bit. So like I say, the studio lights and everything is pulling in the color a lot, but in person it's a little bit flatter and it feels more like a fabric now. At least close to the fabric from the show. Yeah, because like it's, I don't know if you can see in the camera, so as you turn, you know, certain stuff starts to pop out at you and certain things sort of go away, just like looking at the pictures. So at the pictures, you got a lot of shadow coming underneath these areas and underneath here and then in here, but then these are highlighted, so I think it looks pretty good. I like it. I think the fabric one from Sideshow, didn't they just do like pure like crazy silver? I think that's what they did on theirs. I mean, it's like I say, it's not exactly like this, but this one has a silver tint to it. I mean a purple tint, because it's got purple all over that background, where this sort of has more of that bluish tint. But then if we pull up one of the other images, so if you pull up this one, yeah, so you get different variations in different pictures, so. But the new one I just put up is a little bit darker. but actually in person it sort of looks like this. So yeah, I like the color I got. It's got that bluer tint, but it's not silver. Like, it's not like a fake silver. It's got like a fabric silver to her now, in person. Nah, that's fine, Jacob. I don't care. I told the guy, I said, if for any reason you want to back out, I said, I know this nut job in my streams, he wants her really bad, so. I did refer to you as an option. How about that? But yeah, I think that, I like that. It looks pretty good. It's not a perfect fabric, which I think works well for her. Just has to dry up pretty well. So as far as the chair goes, I gotta pull up those pictures Raz sent me, but the chair is it's kind of like an off-white. It's almost like a it's like a beige, I think, chair with I gotta look at the colors again. I gotta get the chair ready for paint because I did clean up this area the other week, but I forgot to prime it up. So I gotta prime up the chair and clean it again. But I think it's a basic off-white sort of color. Almost like the electrical tape. I think it's almost like this color, if I'm not mistaken. Something like this color. I want to pop her off and put her on a chair, but I don't want to mess up the paint. We're going to let it sit. Don't want to... I'm going to take a picture and send it to the guy real quick. See if he gets back to me. See what he says. Alright, I'm pretty happy with her. So next step is do the star or the symbol or whatever thing it is on her chest. Start painting up the chair. I'll add the eye decals once everything is done. It's kind of weird. Part of me wants to lighten it up, but part of me knows that if I do, I'll ruin what's there. So we're just going to leave it as is. I think that's good. So I think for Harley, put her aside. Now for Harley, I did the black trim. I'm thinking we'll do the legs real quick. So should I do the legs like white? Should I do these white stockings and then put this like the black and the red? Should we do white or should we do black with like a light black stocking and then a light red stocking? What do you guys think? Well, what it is if you look at the picture, this is black, this is red, but I wanted to do like stockings on her legs. So it's like, do we do like a light misting of black here and a light misting of red, or do we just do a light misting of white on both legs? So this way, this looks like skin, but then these are going to be stockings. So we'll just leave the underwear and bra white, and then we'll do the rest. So we'll just do, because I don't want to do black, 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 and then black. I want to, if I'm going to do this, I want to keep this like the shiny black, but I want to keep this the lighter black. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll do this one black, and then we'll do this one red. And then this here will be like the shiny red going along with this. Or, instead of shiny, I could do it a flatter color. So this could be shiny. Did I close all those pictures of those characters? I think I did. Oh no, so I guess it's supposed to look, okay, alright. Yeah, so most of the pictures, whatever color this outfit is, it's this here, but then it's white stocking. So, alright, we're gonna do light black, and then we're gonna do light red. But then this is going to be shiny black, shiny red, shiny black, and then so on. Alright, had to double check the pictures. So, best way to do this. Best way to do this. Well, the reason why we're doing shiny is because the police characters sort of have like a latex outfit. So we're following the character from the artwork. As for the shoes, I'm gonna do like more of a flat color. I think I'm gonna do, you know, make it look like leather shoes. I think that'll just break it up a little bit more. It's kind of what I'm thinking about doing. Only problem is doing the outfit shiny. Such a pain in the ass. But we're gonna do it. No, I think trying to make the shoes glossy will fight with the outfit too much. Well, most of the time now, it's like everybody considers her outfit more of a latex outfit or a satin silky outfit. So all the Harley Quinns of the regular outfit that I've done in the past always kind of come out like a latex look. So I do that metallic shiny stuff. So even like cosplay girls now, most of them are doing like a latex outfit. And sometimes in the comics, they sort of color it in a way where it looks like it's a shiny outfit. I think even in the Batman Arkham game, isn't her classic outfit sort of like a latex now? But she could be either like a leather, like a really dirty leather, or a shiny latex. Like spandex, I think is kind of like bland on her. That's why I kind of like to either do latex or leather. Not making a perfect seam across here. I'm just gonna. I figure it's just easier to kind of mask this off, so this way when I spray, it works. Doesn't leave like a layer of paint somewhere. Yeah, that could be a hanger, but I think honestly, I think latex looks better when it's a full bodysuit, whereas spandex kind of. I don't think spandex looks that good because it doesn't like capture the light. I think even like Adam Hughes has been drawing her in latex, and I think Terry Dotson when he draws her outfit sort of makes it a little bit more latex now. But then again, she doesn't really have the classic look anymore. In the comics, she's sleeping with Poison Ivy. They're kind of a couple. So she's got that weird new outfit from like sort of like Suicide Squad stuff. So the old outfit's kind of like gone. All the old outfits are gone. They're getting rid of all everything. Yeah, they've changed. Not for the better, but they've changed. But this is a what if statue, so there's really no right or wrong to it. Yeah, I watch his stuff too, Jacob, and it's pretty sad what's been going on, but that's the nature of the hobby now. What's funny though is I like how he reports that how the artists and the writers are acting like the comic book industry has been its best it's ever been, and they can't sell 15,000 copies of a comic, which cracks me up. Like once a month, me and my friends get together and we go down to the comic book stores, and I go through all the wall books, and all the covers are just boring. It's never really like fighting a villain covers. It's more just like, I don't know. I can't really explain it. It's just like sketch covers. You know, it's just like a character on the cover. And then you open them up, and there's just really nothing in there. That sometimes the interior art's so bad too. I don't even know who these artists are. So it's as far as the new comic books go, they just can't get into them. I tried. I do like to see what comes out, just to go there. Actually, me and my friends, we found a new comic book store that opened up a couple of towns over, and I was in there talking to the guy, and he sells mostly like old toys, Transformers, GI Joe stuff, but he does sell comics. And I was talking to him, and I asked him, how's business going? Like a lot of people buying new stuff, and he's like, nope. He's like, nobody's buying any of the new stuff, but he gets a lot of young people coming in with their parents, and their parents are telling them about the old Transformers, the old comics. So he says a lot of the young people are buying the old stuff because of the parents. And I said, yeah, I hear that a lot from people, so... And I think that's where the comic book industry forgets. They're like, we make stuff for the new generation, but the new generation is listening to the parents on what to buy. And the parents want the old stuff. Alright, so I think we got this masked off for this leg. Alright, so let's do this leg. Alright, let's cover this stuff up. So this is going to be black, and I think we're going to do a little bit of a white pearl into it to make it a little bit silky. But we'll do black first. So I'm going to use shading gray. See, since this is Harley, normally if I was to do stockings, I would add a little bit of brown in there. But since it's going to be a black stocking, we'll just kind of do black. So it's just a matter of just kind of like spraying it far away. And sort of let it just fall. Alright, so I'm gonna water down this pearl white. So I don't have a pearl black, and if you use metallic black, it'll just turn out metallic-y. So we're gonna try to see how the pearl white works. I have this armor wash, which is forgot about this color. This might actually help this a little bit. I'm gonna have to pick up some more of this armor wash. It's almost like a Payne's Gray. It's from a P3 formula. I'm going to hit it with some more pearl. Alright, gonna hit it with a little bit more pearl. It's black is a little hard. But I want it to look silky, but sort of still show the skin a bit. I think that's just kind of like as far as I'm gonna be able to go. That's good, Raz. Glad it's working out. Hey, what's up, JC? Alright, so it's, yeah, so it's dark, and it's got that pearl in it, but it's not overly dark. And it's sort of darker in some areas. Now I might have to go in with some pastels around here because it's kind of hard to get in those crevices. So I'll kind of do that later. But you can kind of see it sort of gets a little shiny in some areas. It's a little bit lighter over here. So I gotta put on some saran wrap and hit that area up a little bit. Sometimes it's hard to get in there with the airbrush. I think that works. I got nice peace and quiet for Christmas where I could work on my own item. The day before Christmas Eve, I worked on my Retro Power Girl, and then on Christmas Day, I worked on her again, but then only for the morning. After that, I just laid on the couch all day. Had a nice day off. Me and my family, we don't spend money on Christmas. We just, we had steaks for Christmas Eve, though. We got some nice New York strip steaks. And that was it. I'd rather have nice food for Christmas than waste money on gifts. I'm afraid that's going to pull that up. Let's see here. Only problem is I don't want to. I think I need to dull it down a bit and then mask it, because I'm afraid if I put that masking on there, it's going to, if it sits for a good 10 minutes, it might rip it up. So let me do some kind of matte varnish on it real quick. Thanks, customizer. Yeah, we'll get it there. I'm just, normally I would like to wrap something up over this, and I got paint all over my hands, but sadly, I think I can get away with it. Okay, so this side's going to be red. I think we're gonna have to use this red Freak Flex. I'm gonna have to thin it down. A little bit of a mess up. See if we can clean that up. Hey, how's it going, Raphael? Alright, need to darken this up a little bit more, but that red sort of, yeah. I do have a true red from Garage Kits. I think that is still workable, but it's going to be potent red. It didn't mess up there, but kind of hitting it over with that pearl kind of corrected it. True red is bad. I think it is. I thought I had one that was good. Yeah, somehow this true red. Oh wait, is it true red? Yeah, it's still sort of good. Shocking. Alright, I'm gonna hit it with some matte. Say, put a little extra pearl on this side. Okay. As long as this doesn't stick. Yeah, I think those are nice and light. I think that works. Not too overly shaded up. Okay, no overspray, so that's good. It's a good sign. Have a good one too, Hangerbird. Yeah, I think I'm going to be calling it soon too, only because it's the holidays and I'm going to be doing some traveling. Not going out for New Year's, but tomorrow I got some stuff going on. And I don't want to push my luck with this. Plus, I got to do the trim. I got to do all the red trim. I started the black trim, but I just realized I didn't clean the airbrush too for the metallics. But I think I can. I think I might spray up the hammer real quick though. think I'm gonna do the hammer, get that out of the way. I think this will be a nice, good gunmetal, and then sort of rust it up afterwards. Hey, what's up, Terrell? Nothing. Just working, getting stuff done. Hopefully things are good on your end. Let me find a piece of copper to hold that up. Damn, I thought I had a piece to hold this. I guess I don't. So this will use this. Nah, once I paint over, to be fine. See, what it is I did a very light misting. If you have a silly putty. If you have silly putty like going across like this, and then you spray a really heavy line, and then you, like, say, you know, you're only spraying this, but you get a lot of heavy paint over here, when you pull this off, then you'll get like a weird little paint extra thin like line. But what I did over here won't be an issue. Plus the paint I'm going to go over that is a really, really thick paint, so it's not going to be an issue at all. Terrell, claws? No, I do not know where to get claws. The only way I think you can really get a really amazing set of claws if you contact Onage in China that does all the 3D printing, and see if they have any metal claws in stock, or they're working on a project you can buy, or if you have a 3D file, have them make you a set. Everyone that I used to know that did metal stuff is like long gone out of the hobby. The guy Warren Rossi from Warren Resin, he left the hobby. He was the one who did a lot of the metal claws, but he's sort of he's out of the game now. So see, I'm not a metal worker, so I can't really, and I don't have the tools to do metal claws really. But you know, I have a bent set right over here from that Age of Apocalypse Wolverine. Even though it looks like the claws, so this was a bent one. But Onage did these claws. Now, when they sent them to me, they were really shiny, but now they look like they dulled out a bit. But, like, if you contact them and see if they, you know, have an extra set, maybe they can make it for you. Yeah, I don't know. Wow, I haven't touched those claws in probably a year, and it looks like they are starting to get kind of wonky. It's interesting. I think I gotta clean out my airbrushes before I close up shop tonight. I don't want these new ones to get clogged. Honestly, if I was ownage, I would actually, or anyone who produces a Wolverine statue, if they were smart, they should ask like ownage to print up a couple extra copies of claws, like the ones I just showed you, and people should like offer them up for sale. You know, I'm sure people will be more than willing to pay you know, like $100 a set or more just for a set of claws they can like customize onto one of their statues. You know. Alright, so on this, there's a couple ways of painting this up, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do steel, which is from AK Interactive Extreme Metal. And then once that's done, next week, what we'll do is we'll do a washing of base Warlock bronze, and we'll make it rusty. So it's going to be sort of a steel, sort of rusty piece. I don't want to make this like super shiny and perfect and chromed out. I want to make it look like it's you know, it's kind of an older, rusty item. So, but when I spray this stuff, I got to wear a mask, so it doesn't really. It's got a little bit of a potent fumes to it, but if any kind of kickback, I don't like breathing it in too much. Now, while working on this item, if any time I scrape it up or if I mess it up, I'm going to use that to my advantage, and we're going to use that and make it even look like it's more older and banged up and used. So whenever I paint something for Harley, I don't worry about it having to be super perfect, because I like the idea of mistakes and then trying to fix those mistakes, and then it makes it look like it's a worn item. So that's kind of a fun thing about working on Harley projects, is you can kind of mess up and it actually works out better. Well, if I didn't change the filters the other day, I wouldn't even be able to breathe right now. So it's a good thing I did that. So I know most people would not put this piece laying down, but if this is going to get all scraped up, I'm going to let it scrape up anyway. So this way I'm not worried about it being there. But what I will do is I'm going to let this dry up for the night, and then I'm going to probably tomorrow hit it with some Perfect Match clear coat. Now this clear coat sort of it sort of melts this AK interactive stuff, but then once it sort of dries, it sort of balances itself out, but it won't be as like shiny as it is now, but it still feel like steel. The reason why I want to do that is I want to give it a good candy coat, and then when I do the you know, the Warlock bronze on it, it'll be a little bit easier. But I want it to be a little bit more durable. So the AK interactive stuff is not bad, but since this is an item that you'll have to hold to put onto her, I want a little bit more durable. So I'm going to let it dry, and then I'll come back tomorrow, like, you know, before I go to lunch or something, and I'll spray it down. I'll probably have to pull the filter piece down a bit too. I don't want it to stick to that, so I'll put it like here and just let that sit. But yeah, we'll do a wash. We'll let the bronze kind of soak into all the areas in there, and it'll sort of look like a rusty but sort of metal piece. Did it get hot out all of a sudden? I got the window open and it's starting to get hot in here for some reason. But all in all, I think got pretty far today. Got her outfit pretty much done up. Alright, so that's where I'm going to call the stream for now. We'll come back next week. Hopefully next week I'll be back up and running, and I'll get Lola going too. See how far I can get on that. But, alright, well, you guys have a happy new year. Hopefully you guys don't get too bamboozled. But if you do, then you're on your own. Can't help you there. But I'll see you guys next year.